As a CEO, you also need to know how to prioritize. You need to know what's going to be your biggest battles that are going to have the highest output first. I probably got comfortable and I thought, hey, let's just keep cruising and cruising. That's not how it works. Like, we're not going to not hit goal. Again, we're in the trench. We're going fucking hard as hell right now to achieve basically 100% growth just in 30 days. These are the standards. This is what's going to happen. How are they going to believe that if no one's done it? Well, let me show you, let me do it. And that's exactly what happened. You can't just keep doing what you're doing and expect to just continue scaling. And so the biggest lesson in 2024 was when I realized that what's going on, everyone? So welcome back to another Black Sheep Agency podcast. Today, it is just me about to spit some bars for you guys. We're gonna have some fun with it. So realistically, all I want to talk about today is just the importance of you as an agency owner, building your way up to becoming a CEO, the importance of being full stack. And what I mean by full stack is, are you honestly an A player in every single department in your agency? And so I just want to talk about how I instinctually became this way. No one taught me how to do it. I just instinctually thought that from the beginning, I wanted to learn how to be an absolute savage at sales and bringing on clients. I wanted to be an absolute savage at account management so I could thoroughly build relationships with clients, retain clients as much as possible, really just learn a lot about them in the industry, because that was like how I was going to keep making money, was through retention. Marketing, the marketing was the actual main reason why we were getting hired, right? I wanted to get really good at marketing in the industry, in the niches I was in, and just continuing to learn how to make it better and better to get better lead quality. I was just obsessed with it. The fourth one now is at our company at Digital Ox, it's the appointment setting team. Like, how to actually schedule qualified leads at a very high level to get high show rates and really know how to drive lead quality for your clients. The importance of being really good at all of those is I'm now realizing that I am now in a position where we've got to 500K a month and we were stuck at 500K a month. And obviously, whenever we get stuck in the agency, it's 100% my fault as the CEO. And what I ended up realizing in 2024 was that overall, each department was technically way above average compared to everyone else, realistically. But at the same time, for us to go from 500K to $1 million a month, which I don't know the 0.004% of agencies that ever even do that. You can't just keep doing what you're doing and expect to just continue scaling. And so the biggest lesson in 2024 was when I realized that every department was running good necessarily, but it wasn't fully optimized now to the level that they could actually be at. And the way I realized that is I finally started to go into each department and I just started to see more about how the department was being run, what the ongoing training looked like. I started to tap into like how we were taking new hires in and how we were training them to ramp them up. And pretty much within 2 weeks, I realized, holy cow, we're operating off of like 2002 IQ. Like we're running all these departments off 2022 intelligence. And we're in 2024 now. And like, I immediately, as a CEO, someone who can see problems and then immediately see solutions and then be able to shape now the new reality, if you will. I was like, okay, this is going to be a ton of work. This is going to be a ton of work. But I finally found out what the problem was. The number one problem is overall leadership. First off, it's my fault. Leadership, then tracking down into our department head leads, knowing that they're operating at 2022 IQ. So it's my fault that I haven't leveled all them up to currently what we need to be doing now. And I knew it was going to be a shit ton of work. And so with that being said, as a CEO, you also need to know how to prioritize. You need to know what's going to be your biggest battles that are going to have the highest output first and then go down. So at first I realized, okay, there's 2 departments that we're going to tackle fucking super strong, and I'm going to go all in. I'm basically going to act like I'm leading those departments while continue being CEO. I'm talking working 12, 14-hour days, working weekends, just absolutely immersing myself in these roles to get it to where it needs to be as fast as possible. And the first role I picked was the sales department. And then I also picked the scheduling team, the CSR department that books leads for our clients. And the reason why is because those two departments needed the most amount of attention. So as you guys know, in 2023, right up to the beginning of 2024, we lost our best closer, and immediately our brand new closer that we hired like a month before that pretty much got all the appointment flow. He wasn't ready for that. And so in 2023, we averaged 15 clients per month. And then immediately in 2024, we dipped down to 11 clients a month in January. And I think it was 12 clients a month in February. And the goal is to minimum average 20 clients a month in 2024 to hit our goals. And immediately I was like, fuck no, this is not about to go down. Like, we're not going to not hit goal again. When averaging 20 was the goal in 2023, we only hit 15. It's not going to happen again. Like, fool me once, whatever that thing is, shame on you. Fool me twice, it ain't going down. So sales started to decline. Closer was not ramped up. Leadership was not there. The intensity wasn't there. And I knew once I was like in it more, I was like, fuck, I'm about to like turn this whole department up. Straight up. Now, kind of reflecting back to the beginning, why it's so important to be a full stack CEO is I've been doing sales for Digital Ox up to $400K a month. So I know how to close these deals in my sleep, and I know how to build out these departments and just innovate like crazy once I get in the trench again. And so I figured, okay, that's going to be the first department that I'm going in on. Now, it is March 22nd. I got in the department basically March 1st. We already have, I believe it's 20 or 21 clients fully closed, signed and paid. We're already above our MRR goal in added revenue, which I think is our minimum goal is 60K MRR added. We're already at our 20 goal average, and we'll probably end this month at like 25, 26, and then I'll have a lot of rollover already going into the next month. But basically what this means is like the fact that I have been in the trench in the sales department and I fully understand it, I was able to immerse myself in that department, start taking sales calls, start building out a ton of training for the sales team, so that we don't have this issue again. Player coach, train our closer right now, working with him, auditing his calls, training him. Trust me, he's going through the ringer too. Like, we're in the trench. Like, we're going fucking hard as hell right now to achieve basically 100% growth, going from 12, probably gonna end the month at 25, just in 30 days. But think about how powerful that is. Like, me as the CEO decides enough is enough. Instead of just saying, hey, you guys fix it, no one's gonna be able to fix it fast enough than I am. Now, that is gonna be an issue moving forward, which is why you as the CEO needs to realize if you want to avoid these types of issues, you need to end up building and hiring a team that is at your level and preferably even better, so that they just move you the hell out the way. But that's just not the case right now. And you can't lie to yourself. If you're the best person in that department, you have to be the one to get your ass in there, restructure it, reorganize it, reset the standards, expectations, and the culture of the department, set the KPI so people know what is actually realistic. And so my whole goal in March was just to show the entire team that one account executive's calendar, can close over 20 clients a month. We can have over a 75% close rate, demo to close rate, meaning they're qualified and we pitched them at least 75%. And those are the main two things I just wanted to show people, like, these are the fucking standards. This is what's going to happen. Well, how are they going to believe that if no one's done it? Well, let me fucking show you. Let me do it. And that's exactly what happened in March. And now the believability and the standards are set where they need to be, which is way above average. But at the same time, they realize that is 1000% possible because we've seen it in front of our eyes. We're doing it every single day. And the proof is in the pudding. The trainings are all there. And so we just took the sales department from 2002 fucking IQ to 2024 ramped up, now at the level where it's basically going to take us to that 8-figure level. Like, there's more additions to that, but it's going down, and the team and the culture and the systems and the training is like super fucking strong. But I'm basically now the sales manager, and I love it. I love being here, and I'm going to continue being the sales manager until I know someone can keep the pace that I can as a sales manager and do even better. Reflecting back to why it's so important to be a full stack CEO, and that's just specifically in the sales department. So you got to be able to get your hands dirty, get in the trench, get right there in there with your team and show them what's fucking possible, and be able to train 30, 60, 90 days, grueling type shit to ramp them up to finally be able to pull back and see your team flourish. But you don't just pull back entirely. I've learned that. Now it's sales management, keeping the standards and the consistency in the training daily and making sure those sales meetings are super strong every single day. And we're not taking our KPI goals lightly. Like that is what at minimum needs to be hit. Now, second department was the client success rep team, which is basically our appointment setting team. And the can of worms here was we started a decline in KPI. We started a slightly decline in show rate and show average and performance. And so finally, thank God, so we lost one of our long-term appointment setters, and she was like, "Hey, Steven, can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, you can. Like, let's chat." And so the summary of that conversation was the fact that she just let me know she's leaving because she has not leveled up as a salesperson in the last 6 months. And to me, that was like a dagger to the heart, because when you have B players, B plus and A players, these people actually want to learn and get better and be challenged and tested. If you don't have those people, your agency sucks ass for sure. So the first part is getting these people. And then if you're not stimulating their minds and training them and continuing to push the KPIs and boundaries up, you're going to lose people. And she let me know, I haven't leveled up. This, and this, it just seems like it's stagnant. And immediately I know, okay, I'm about to audit how these meetings are going. I'm about to audit our sales manager and how her one-on-ones and trainings are going. I'm just going to audit everything. And so immediately I realized, holy cow, like we're operating the biggest team in our company at like a 4 out of 10, which is still way better. Like that 4 out of 10 is probably like just levels ahead of our competition and everyone else. But we're in 2024 now, and here at Digital Ox, the reason why you're going to see us make it to that next level is because we don't fuck around. Like a 4 out of 10 is probably really good to a lot of people outside looking in, but I just saw the landscape and I was like, dude, we can take this shit from a 4 to a 10 to an 8 to a 10 in literally 3 months from now. And so that's when I literally just had a full deep dive on restructuring the department, restructuring the meetings, restructuring so much. And I was just immersing myself in sales management, podcast books, and just crafting like what the new Digital Ox appointment setting team was going to be, standards, how we're hiring, how we're training. And it's been an intense 6 weeks, but the fucking light at the end of the tunnel is now beaming. We fired and removed 4 people, hired on 4 people who is a much more aligned with how we're going to run the company. And it was just like epiphany moments left and right. But going back to like being a full stack CEO, knowing how to build product, build system, manage people, scale people up, and just do that, I just went in the trench and just redeveloped it. Now, should that have been my job technically? No, since I'm not the sales manager, but you can't lie to yourself. Like if I look and see pretty much I'm probably going to be the best person to come in here and take this from a 4 to 8 as fast as possible, and then delegate, train, and be in the trench simultaneously while I'm being in the trench in the sales team, that's just what it's going to take. And this is what I'm talking about, these 14-hour days, with Saturday and Sunday also being super deep work days. We basically restructured it, and the biggest finding here was just leadership, training, standards, culture. It was 2022. It ain't 2024, which is 2024 Digital Ox. We're in the 8-figure mindset already. Like that's what it needs to be at. And so the momentum and how much we've gotten done and how much mediocrity we removed and then 8 players we added just has the whole team already revitalized, and the results are already ramping upwards, and everyone on the team is learning a fuck ton, and it's going to continue to be that way. And that pace needs to continue to happen, because the last thing I ever want to hear again is us losing an A player because they're not learning anything or they're not being challenged. For me personally as a CEO, that's just not what I ever want to hear. And so sometimes you need to fail and learn these lessons and get fucking socked in the face to finally identify where you're fucking lacking. And so that's the findings in the CSR department. So those are the first 2 priorities. Now we have marketing department and account management department left. So there's 4 departments. I know there's only so much time in a day, so I have to pick my battles. Now the next 2 departments, which were operating definitely higher than the other 2, is account management and marketing. But now as sales is ramping up, and we're restabilizing and resetting the bar, and the appointment team is scaling fast and resetting the bar, and just the entire culture is changing. I've been able to pull back a little bit, pop the hood on marketing and account management, and already like I'm just visualizing, wow, there's like here and here is what we're going to do to take this up immediately. And I'm already giving that insight and delegating that to the team for them to start executing. But in about 30 days, I'm about to pull back, go back in the marketing department, go back in the account management department, and basically act like I'm an account manager, act like I'm a media buyer, and just take that 2022 shit to the 2024 shit, because I'm here to just make everything more superior and innovate. And then once I set those new system standards and KPIs and show them that this is all possible by me being in the trench, doing their role side by side with them, they're going to see, oh, this is fucking possible. And these are fucking good ideas. But at the end of the day, watch the KPIs go up after Stevie went in here and showed us that this is fucking superior. And so going back to the beginning, why it's so important to be a full stack CEO is I can go in the marketing department, client fulfillment, ads manager, all that, and the account management department and think like an entrepreneur and just make shit way better as fast as fucking possible. And then know how to train, set new standard systems in place and training to where we ramp everyone up. And so ideally in the next 2 to 3 months, Digital Ops, the leadership team and all the departments and the culture in general and leadership now is now operating at 2024 level IQ, which is for sure 1000%. Take this to the bank. We're going to smash our plateau of fluctuating between 500 and 550K MRR a month. And we're just going to smash by it. Why? Because sales team, we're just going to continue fucking scaling. And we're in the trench and I fucking love it. We're going to not only hit our goal, but we're going to surpass it quick. And then the fulfillment team is just going to get that much better because they're going to be on that 2024 IQ shit. And churn is going to drop down even lower. And we're just going to scale month over month this year. And the whole answer was, one, it was just leadership, training, and leveling up all the departments to 2024 IQ. Now, obviously, I had to do it because at the end of the day, I was the best person to do it with the most skill sets and experience to do it. Now, that is going to be a bottleneck for myself as we continue to scale. So if I want to avoid that, I have to, one, be in the trench on all these departments, working so hard with them side by side, leveling up the managers of the department to where now they're basically at my level in execution and understanding. And then next, it's probably going to be either one, people come up from internally who I think can quickly move the boat forward, or I'm going to have to hire externally and just hire savages who I expect to come in with even more experience than myself and take that department to the next level so that we don't experience these issues anymore. And so overall, I've grown as a person immensely in the last 2 months by experiencing extreme amounts of pain and losing some key people. Churn was higher. Add on top of that, our ad account was hacked, 75 ad accounts. There was just a whole nightmare, but it all was just the universe allowing me to experience so much pain to then me get the realization to pop up some of the hoods in these departments, look at the training, look at the management, and realize, holy fuck, we're operating in 2022. And it's all my fault. It's all my fault because I probably got comfortable and I thought, hey, let's just keep cruising, but that's not how it works. Unfortunately, you can cruise, and then once you start to plateau, you gotta make shit happen. And I think the only other thing here is when it comes to this level of intensity and realizing that no one's gonna save you, I think the biggest help for me has been the fact that like I went into a version of monk mode, if you will, right? So my information diet and what I'm listening to is so focused on the departments that I'm ironing out. My diet is dialed in. Shout out to the Superhuman diet on IG, whatever it's called, superhuman.diet. I'm following that. Zero brain fog, tons of fucking energy. And my workouts are there. And I just feel like unstoppable. And it's kind of like the inputs of the food, the diet, what I'm listening to, my sleep, how I wake up, and just the level of intensity that I'm willing to bring to the table allows me to hit these 12, 14-hour work days and be the leader that I need to be showing people that we can get this shit done. I'm going to work side by side with you guys. This is a team effort. Just re-stabilize the entire culture and company and then ascend back upwards to the next level. And so that's all I got for you guys. Just got some new Black Sheep merch. If any of you guys need help, beginners trying to get from 0 to 10K, we got you. If you're trying to go from 10K to 100K, we got you. And those of you guys who are doing over 100K a month, 80K a month, who are stuck and who are really trying to get your shit together, apply for Inner Circle. This is a small group of higher level agency owners, but I basically have every department, how we run it now, from 2024 level IQ that I'm honestly believing, I just know this shit's powerful. And so that's all I got for you guys.